name is Anna and I'm delighted to join you today to celebrate all things Robert the Bruce. I run ScotlandShop and we're all about tartan. We make clothing, accessories and interiors products in every tartan you can dream of, including of course the Bruce tartans. All the fabrics are woven in Scotland in mills that are hundreds of years old, and every tartan has a story. But we're about much more than the product. This is Scotland, full of passion and history, and we love to tell the story of places, clans, products and tartans. So let's forget the other 2,000 or so tartans and focus on Bruce today. Robert the Bruce, who was King of Scotland from 1306 to 1329, freed Scotland from English rule by winning the decisive Battle of Bannockburn and achieving English agreement to full Scottish independence in the 1328 Treaty of Northampton. The Anglo-Norman family of Bruce came to Scotland in the early 12th century and was related by marriage to the Scottish royal family, and hence the 6th Robert de Bruce, grandfather of the future king, claimed the throne when it was left vacant in 1290. Today, the highest concentration of people with the Bruce surname is in Aberdeenshire, Moray, Angus and the Shetland Islands. There are 4 Bruce tartans for us to explore: the Bruce Ancient, Modern, Weathered and the Bruce of Kinnaird. The Bruce of Kinnaird goes back to the link to the royals and is a variant of the Prince Charles Edward Stuart tartan. Kinnaird is a little village in the parish of Larbert in the community of Stirlingshire, and Kinnaird House is the home of the Bruces and was the residence of the great 18th century traveller James Bruce, who discovered the Blue Nile. You can still visit the house today if you're over in Scotland, and the Bruce of Kinnaird tartan comes from this line of the Bruce family. There are over 2,000 different tartans. To begin with, there's an awful lot of Scottish clans, and on top of this, each clan can have many different tartans and names associated with it. Names associated to the Bruce tartan and their sets include the Carlisle, Carruthers, Crosby, Randolph and Stenhouse. Each tartan can then have further variations, and the most common of these are ancient, modern, weathered, hunting and dress. Before 1860, fabrics were coloured using animal and vegetable dyes and plants that could be found naturally. This produced the softer colours typical of the ancient tartans than those that you can see here in the Bruce Ancient tartan. The reds become more, scarlet reds become more orangey, the greens become more mossy, and the blues, there's none in Bruce, but if you have blues then they tend to turn into more of a sky blue. And some would say that the ancient tartans show off the pattern to much greater effect, as the contrasts are much brighter than in the modern tartans. The pattern or the set remains the same, and it's just the tones or the shades of the tartan that vary. And if you've ever had the chance to visit a mill when you're over in Scotland, then you'll be astounded by all the different cones of yarn and the different threads running everywhere to weave your fabric. After 1860, chemical dyes replaced these natural animal and vegetable dyes, and the modern tartans were born. And here you can see the Bruce modern tartan. And colours are stronger and bolder, so your reds are scarlet reds, the soft greens and blues become bottle green and navy blues. And the other variation is the weathered tartan. So to understand this one, think of hanging this modern tartan out on the washing line for a year and subjecting it to wind and rain and sunshine. The hunting tartans are the camouflage tartans, and some clans don't have these variations because they're already predominantly green or brown and don't need amendment to blend in with nature's colours. Finally, the dress tartans were designed, as the name suggests, for celebrations in Highland dance. The set or pattern of the tartan remains the same, and the main colour is changed to white, or extra white is added to the pattern to give it a brighter, more fancy appearance. In addition to the different tartans, every clan has its own clan crest. The Bruce crest is a lion statement with its tail extended, and we'll show you a photo here on screen. Clan crests consist of a crest and a motto or slogan, and the Bruce motto is "Fumus, we have been." Crest badges can be worn by anyone, but those who are not entitled to the heraldic elements wear a crest badge surrounded by a strap and buckle, whereas those who do own the heraldic elements can wear it without this, with a plain circle. The strap and buckle represents that the wearer is a follower of the individual who owns the crest and motto. So clan members who wear their chief's crest and motto surrounded by the strap and buckle show they're a member of the chief's clan or family. The current chief is Andrew Bruce, the 11th Earl of Elgin. He's prominent in Scottish affairs and he's convener of the Standing Council of the Scottish Chiefs. That concludes our roundup of the Bruces. I hope you found it interesting, as I certainly have. And if you need any help finding your tartan or exploring your routes, look us up on ScotlandShop.com and get in touch. We do love to talk tartan.